Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to Printavo Print Hustles Podcast. I wanted to talk a little bit about Impressions Long Beach. This is a little bit different, not typical summary, and that is because we actually grabbed as many different innovative people, executives or engineers or just people doing cool stuff at the trade show. And so we finally compiled all those clips together and putting it into this episode. So excited to be able to share it with you. Real quick, 4 amazing partners. You guys know them. If you can guess the first one, send me an email and I'll send you back something cool. But if you can guess this first one, here we go. Ready? Have you heard of Multicraft_Daddy? Shoot me an email, Bruce at Printavo. If that was your guess, then I'm going to send you something. All right. If you need ink supplies or a daddy, Multicraft screen printing and digital supplies for over 50 years has been providing folks with top brands at competitive prices. And of course, as always, mention the Printavo pod and get an extra 10% off your first order. They are building a really cool Midwest training facility with a bunch of equipment that's going to be ready at the end of March. Very cool launch party, Multicraft Daddy. Next up, EasyWay. You shouldn't be spending all day cleaning dirty screens, and you know it. EasyWay's line of environmentally conscious chemicals get the job done faster and more efficiently, plus cost you a fraction of the cost per screen. Now, what's really cool about EasyWay, though, is that they're there to help support you. They have a great team. They work with 100 plus distributors, and they can help you with how-tos, best practices, any type of question. Reach out and give them a go. Thank you, EasyWay. GraphX Source. If you need a solution to help improve efficiency and reduce costs in your art department, check out graphxsource.com. And here's why. They help so many shops, especially that plug into Printavo, Inksoft, and now Graphics Flow, which is our sister company. They plug in, they can handle digitizing, separations. They can even enter in orders, create mock-ups, all of that back office admin production art stuff in your shop, and they'll plug into your workflow. So you'll be able to log in, they'll be able to do everything. They're a really great resource. A lot of shops use them as, in addition to a graphic artist too. It's not always just an either or. So that's GraphX Source, and you can always mention Printavo Pod to get 50% off your first vector, SEP, or embroidery order. Last but not least, ASColour has created an innovative new transfer to try out. You guys have to check this out. The peel is really awesome. It's not as quick as before, so you can be able to really take your time and not burn your finger. So thank you, ASColour. We had a really great episode with Mike and Rum, and they talked about actually the foundation of creating this next gen transfer. And their quote really is, when you need transfers that are easy to peel, you got more confidence. When you have more confidence, you could decorate faster. We could decorate faster, you can make more money. And we all know time is money. So regardless of the equipment, of which they tested this on so many different types of heat presses, but give them a try. They're super fast, super easy. And if you want to learn a little bit more, go to supercolor.com/supanew. Make sure to use the code Printavo15. The 15 is numbers, Printavo15. That gets you 15% off your first order on ASColour. Give it a go. And they also have great support too. I feel like so many people came up to us at the last trade show and were just like, yeah, the thing is that even if things were goofed, they literally overnighted everything that we needed, and they're there to help us. So love it. We love great partners like that. All right. Let's jump into the episode. Tyler, Mr. CEO of Workhorse Products.
Yes, happy to be here.
Based out of Phoenix, Arizona?
Based out of Phoenix, yes, sir.
Your first trade show since?
2020.
All right.
We were here January 2020 and haven't done one since.
It's nice to take a break, but it's nice to be back too.
I'll tell you what, right on the money.
Yeah.
Great to take a break. Feels good to be back too, 100%.
I think everybody felt that. They were like, wow, we're doing so many trade shows and then none, hanging out at home.
Yeah, I will say this, as like 2019, 2020, there was seemingly too many trade shows maybe from a manufacturer standpoint.
No, we felt the same.
They were all over, they were expensive, and I think they were, I don't know, maybe getting a little washed out. And yeah, I think coming back now, doing fewer, it does have a good feel to it.
How did you guys do last year?
Last year was I don't know, surprisingly maybe is the wrong word, but we had a great 2022. It was surprisingly good for us, and I guess surprisingly surprised me, I guess. So, but a great surprise. So yeah, very strong 2022.
Why do you think that was? Was it shops getting into and going from manual to auto? Was it shops adding an auto? What was?
Yeah, good question. I think it was probably maybe a healthy combination of each. I don't know. I don't want to get too economical on it, but I think as money was money seemed to be more readily available. Right? I think like people financing automatics and stuff. I think we saw a bigger jump of, somebody who would maybe take a little longer to get an automatic purchase, who was a manual or two manual shop. We saw a lot more people, I think, making that jump a lot faster. And I'm going to say I think some of it was due to, if you're financing rates were very low, it seemed easier to get approval for money. So I think, to me, money on the street was easier to get your hands on. Worry going now forward is a little bit of, you've seen all the interest rates go up. So I don't know if the accessibility or the availability to money will slow it down or not.
Okay, this year you've got an exciting new product. I've heard rumors. Any hints, sneak peeks?
Sure. Well, I wish I had a sneak peek for you. I don't have anything, but I can definitely give you some hints. So we've been laboring away at a new automatic press to add to our line of equipment. So we were pie in the sky, maybe thinking we'd have it here, but fell just a little bit short. But yeah, we'll be launching a new. For us, it'll be a bigger press. We're going to start it at 10 colors. We're thinking of taking it to 16, and we're going to have that available maybe mid-year, maybe a little bit sooner this year. So super exciting for us.
And it'll probably be here then for next year's Long Beach too.
Well, you bet. Be great to have a couple of them here next year.
What do you feel like was your biggest challenge last year? Are you still affected by supply chain stuff, or what do you think overall?
Yeah, 100%. Supply chain was definitely an issue still with us. Another thing we're still maneuvering through is labor. You had a lot of people that, when COVID hit or whatnot, that you had to lay off or left or whatever the case may be. We haven't felt it real easy to replace all of those people. So I think I call it's kind of a whack-a-mole thing, just when you think you have a handle on your labor force, and things are going great. Oh, we lost a couple people. Or when you think the supply chain is back and you're ready to go, you get a call from a vendor and we're out of circuit board. So we had a little, I'd say, I don't know if I'd put it on one thing. I would say we still maybe, let's say, remnants, or we still had a little bit of the hangover of the supply chain and the labor.
What do you feel like as a leader, CEO of a big press manufacturing company, you maybe are working on this year? Like, we're all trying to improve something. Everybody's business owner for the most part here.
Yeah, another good question. So for me this year, we dabbled in a little bit of this last year. One of the things I'm going to concentrate on in our company is we're going to try to revamp. Wrong word. We're going to try some new things with our servicing department. So last year we ramped up really well there. So we were able to bring on an additional outside service technician that'll travel and do installs and stuff like that. And we brought 2 additional technical support staff over the phone. So I'm excited about that because I think now we've got more resources available service-wise than we've had in quite some time. So for me, one of the things we're going to tackle is how do we take a stronger internal base and get that out to our customers.
Cool. All right. And then anything at the show that you've seen in particular? I don't know if you've had time to walk around yet, but
haven't left the booth yet.
Okay.
But in setting up, yeah, I think the show looks great. I guess maybe the thing, you see DTF everywhere.
Yeah.
So for me, seeing all of that, it's not being at a show in a handful of years and then coming in, it's like, wow, that stuff is everywhere.
Sweet.
Yeah.
All right. This is Tyler. It's Workhorse Products, Phoenix, Arizona. Check them out for a factory tour, by the way. Take them up on it if you're in the area. Super cool. All right. Thank you, Tyler.
Thank you. Appreciate it, man.
Joe Shoplin. We are here live at ASColour Impressions 2023. You look awesome.
Oh, thank you.
One of the best dressed guys here at Impressions, obviously from ASColour. How's ASColour doing?
Doing great. Yeah, doing really good. yeah, we're stoked to be here again after, obviously a bit of a hiatus with COVID and everything. But yeah, the company's doing well, and yeah, we're loving getting the feedback directly from customers, and just being a part of ISS. It's really really exciting.
And you're the lead designer, or what?
Yeah, head of design. So this is my first time to ISS with ASColour. So yeah, it's great to be here.
Okay, so the design perspective of a wholesale and retail brand, what is your day-to-day like, right? Because it feels like part of it is maybe getting feedback from customers. You guys obviously have the wholesale arm, you have the retail arm. That's a lot. It feels unique to be able to position.
Yeah, it is. So we're constantly taking feedback from the retail team, from our wholesale sales team, directly from customers, customer service team. And with everything we design, we're basically keeping wholesale front of mind. So printability, embellishment front of mind, making sure everything's well set up for that. All of our top sellers in retail happen to also be our top sellers in wholesale. So there's just a nice kind of transition through there. Just the quality of the t-shirts, so it translates to both obviously wholesale but also retail as well. You kind of pick it up, feel it. It's a nice touch point for the customers being able to get into store and get their hands on it. So yeah, the crossover is quite organic really. And but I guess the key point of difference being in the whole kind of printables kind of world is keeping the embellishment front of mind. So you got to work around that and build that into the designs of the garments themselves, for sure.
I've seen you guys have come out with some other cool products like dog bowls and some keychains.
Oh, yeah.
So do you do that too? Is it just on the apparel side?
No. So we do all that as well. So that was a fun exercise because it was really getting the brand out there. It was the first time ASColour's really done kind of branded product. So the gadget range. So yeah, we kind of did some of the design in-house and also worked with our suppliers on sourcing some of the products. But yeah, it all turned out pretty good. Getting the brand name out there.
How long is the process behind designing, let's say, a new style of a polo or a tee? Is that like a 6-month process, a 12-month process? What does that look like?
The design side of it itself can be pretty quick. So once we've kind of landed on a product that we definitely know we want to put into the range and business is happy to move ahead with that, we can design it and sample it up pretty quickly, and then we probably can get it into online or into our stores within about 6 to 7, 8 months, depending on the supplier. So I'd say about a 6 to 8 month process all up.
What is that extra, the extra 6 to 8 months? Is that the making the fabrics and then sewing and all that, or what?
Yeah, some of it's that. Some of it's been kind of COVID related, logistical shipping stuff. So I think it's just building in a bit of a lead time there, which we kind of work to. And then obviously getting it into our DCs and then out to the retail channels and out through our channels. So yeah, it tends to be kind of a rough rule we kind of stick to in terms of our kind of concept to available kind of timeline.
As a head designer, what do you feel like is your biggest challenge?
Because the brand was started in New Zealand by Lawrence, our range is quite dialed for the AU and New Zealand market, and that's where a lot of the kind of success historically has been. So coming to the US, and you look at obviously the range in the US is a little bit different, the customer's a bit different, competitors are really different. So I think that's a bit of a challenge and something to kind of really take on, is like how to grow in the US and how to continue to grow in the US and really become a competitor here. So yeah, I'd say that's kind of front of mind at the moment.
And then any cool new products you want to show, and we could even whatever you think, something you're proud of maybe?
Yeah, there's a few things here. So we've got a range of puffer jackets coming out. This is one I'm wearing. We've got a vest here, so they're down-filled, 100% recycled polyester puffer range. They've got print access through the hems, so you can get your embroidery plates and your printing plates inside. So they're set up, ready to go for embellishment and printing. So yeah, those are pretty exciting. That's something new for us.
This jacket looks great.
Yeah, the nice thing about them is, a lot of the things on the market in the puffer space are polyester filled, but these are down filled, so it's a bit of a point of difference. They're pretty warm.
They're higher quality. And
yeah.
Are you sweating it or no?
Not yet, but I might be taking it off soon. And then the other thing we've got in the pipeline is a first kind of range of activewear. So these are obviously women's leggings, women's bra tops. So we're kind of getting into that active space and giving that a try. Got a couple of jackets coming out. These are fit for running, and they're all set up for embellishment and printing as well. Everything's 100% recycled, so the materials are recycled. Yeah, so pretty excited for that as well, giving the activewear a try, Yeah, we've got some new colors and everything up the front here, so they'll be coming out within the next within the next 6 months.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Last question. How do you think about, focus versus adding more? Right? Like it's an interesting debate of kind of trying to carve a niche versus another style.
Yeah. That's a great question. I think we'd like to get to a point where the range is quite dialed and we know what the customers want. We know what's going to do well, and then we can add newness by basically adding colors to our top sellers and expanding our top seller range through color offering. Not necessarily, like you said, just continuing to add new styles. I think we're just trying to find a bit of a sweet spot, and then the range will be dialed, and we'll have our distribution through the US dialed as well, and go from there, and then kind of land on something where we can just sit tight and really do well in that space. So yeah, I think we're still trying to get there, especially in the US, where there's a lot of opportunity coming from New Zealand. We kind of got to get that side of it locked in, and then we should be good.
Sweet.
Yeah.
All right. This is Joe, head of design, ASColour. Check them out, ASColour. So this is really cool new technology. I think you guys have been here maybe once or twice at Long Beach, right?
Yeah, we've been. Yeah, correct. So
Okay.
we've been here last year. Was here last year.
So Coloreel, explain what this really cool mutant-like structure is above this Tajima.
So our mission here is actually to save the world from ugly embroideries. And we do that by we dye the thread instantly, digitally, while you are producing your embroidery. So that's more or less what we do. And by doing so, we reduce the amount of wastewater, since you actually produce here. For the producer itself, you have a library of 12,000 million colors hanging on top of your existing embroidery machine. There's no need to stock extra threads or reels. And for the customer, you and me, we can get designs on embroidery that we have never seen before, that we have never been able to get before. So you take the best from the print side, the design freedom, and combine that with the handcraft quality feeling you get from an embroidery.
That's really cool. Is there anybody else doing this too, or no?
No, there's nobody else doing this. So we're the only one doing it.
Wow. How long did it take to do the R&D and build this?
So what we do is we dye the thread, and it takes then 2 meters to hit the garment. And that took us 10 years to get there with the right color placement. But finally,
really?
Yeah.
10 years?
Yeah, 10 years.
Wow. Okay. So, this has been a grand vision.
Yeah, it is. As we see it, we're changing the future of embroidery. A customer like you and me will never settle with that traditional embroidery once you see what you can get doing now with this modern technology.
Unbelievable. What is the cost of maybe one machine, or does it come in, fours, or how does that work?
So you can have this machine hanging there, a single head, at approximately $30,000 here in the US.
Cool. And then someone comes out, installs it, and sets up this whole rack and everything.
Yeah, exactly. So then we cooperate with distributors. So here we're together with Hirsch from Tajima. And then we also have other distributors that we cooperate. And they have their customer base, and they take care of their customers with full service and support and installation and everything.
Is some sort of ink too inside for the dyeing the thread?
Yeah, so it's a CMYK ink. It's a print engine from Ricoh. So it's the same procedures on any other print engine you have.
And then you load the art.
Water-based.
Got it. And then the art's digitized, loaded into your format to put it in?
Yeah. You use a traditional stitch file, any stitch file you have, and you add a color file to that, so that you actually can get these kind of designs with any color you like, and any kind of gradient or shading or stripe effect or noise effect. So we can make grass look like grass.
What is the next innovation? Where do you see this going from here?
Embroidery is our first application, but the technology of dyeing thread like this can also, of course, then we'll look at knitting and weaving and so on as well.
Okay, where can people learn more, see the videos, coloreel.com or?
Yeah, coloreel.com.
Okay,
just
one R.
One R.
Yeah.
Coloreel. Two E. One R and two E.
Got it. Awesome. This is Sven from Coloreel. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Great. Nice meeting you.
All right. So Torbjörn jumped in, CEO of Coloreel, which is awesome. We were just talking about the fact that it took 10 years to build this technology. You know, what does that look like? Like, what is the R&D lab? Is it, you guys testing a machine, building it, doesn't work, going back to the drawing board?
Yeah, I mean, it started very basic, see how you can print on a thread and make it working. So the first models were very simple, testing one step at a time, looking at the ink, looking at the drying process, the fixation process, and then start to build a system out of that. And today the main R&D we do now is software development. So it's more or less a software company, adding new functionality, adding special features. And we also now open the interface. You can integrate it into any production system, the workflow in the company. So it's sort of enhancing the digital process in the embroidery business also.
Where do you see the ideal customers are? Like, is it a geography thing? Is it a type of work thing?
It's a type of work thing, I would say. You have a small batch production, so if you're doing one at a time, or if you do 5 or 20, that's very efficient. You have all the colors, you have the design loaded digitally, and you can have that workflow. Or if you want to do special design, very sort of exclusive for exclusive fashion, high fashion, they are also very interested. And of course, the US market is very interested for us because I think the style of clothing, interesting caps and hats, sweaters, t-shirts with print is also very suitable for embroidery. And we have unlimited color embroidery then, it's a good match. So we're excited to be here in the US.
That's really cool. I see it's on a Tajima here. Can it be retrofitted to others?
Yes, we work with the leading brands like ZSK, Tajima, Barudan, Melco, also starting up with others. Yeah.
Got it. And as the CEO of the company, where do you feel like you guys are trying to improve the most this year from everything that happened last year?
Yeah. Now we have now proved the technology and we feel like we are part of this industry. So now we're ramping up the sales and proving out in the market what a lot of good things you can do with our product.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you, guys. Appreciate the time. All right, real quick, I got to tell you something. This is really interesting, and here's why. We formed a company called Inktavo. You may have heard of it, but it has 3 different brands right now: Printavo, Inksoft, and Graphics. So we're all sister companies now, a big happy family. What we're able to do is Printavo's managing your shop management and workflow organization. Inksoft can run your website and handle online stores at scale. So running multiple different stores for fundraisers, schools, company stores, and everything in between. And Graphics Flow is a brand new product to be able to help reduce all the back and forth with art. So it has a huge art library that you can put on your website so customers can see and pluck what they want. Plus, you can also be able to collect different ideas and send them to customers to approve as well. Really, really cool. Plus, in-app editing. It's like Canva, but specifically for shops. All right, check it out. All those brands are on Inktavo.com. That's Inktavo.com. All right, thanks. Hey, folks, we're here. Bruce from Inktavo with Justin Lawrence from
Oklahoma Shirt Company.
All right, we're hanging out. We're at Long Beach 2023. Just doing a little chit chat. I want to see how Justin's doing. First of all, how did your shop end up last year? You guys got a pretty big shop. We did a awesome shop tour, by the way. We'll put a link in the description.
Yeah, 2022 closed out strong for us. We had about 16% in growth, which was awesome coming out of COVID. I think it was really good to see our numbers. We started tracking our numbers since like 2015 and really good of like, this is how much was January, February, March, April gross sales. And so seeing that like the trend lines are the same throughout the months, and then even COVID, like surely there was a little depression on that, but 2022 was kind of back on those trend lines, and we're even more optimistic about 2023.
Really? Okay. Was there so that sounds amazing. Was there anything that didn't go so great last year?
Yeah.
The reason why I asked, not to put you on a spot, is because like I feel like so many videos are always like very like corporate glossed over, and it's like, what was the real thing that happened that was on your mind a lot?
Yeah, we got into this a little bit in our podcast, our most recent one. As far as Oklahoma Shirt Company goes, I think that we could have been more aggressive, always could have been more aggressive with our outbound sales. You know, largely we're still in a position where it's inbound. You know, we're trying to answer emails, phone calls, walk-ins just as fast as we can. Our subscriptions continue to decline. You know, we could certainly invest.
For the monthly?
Yeah, Shirt of the Month. Yeah, the Shirt of the Month product. And it's just one of those things that I think that as subscriptions become more normalized as a service, you know, and even as products, it's less and less taboo. And so people see like, oh, this shirt. So we still have a good base. I think we have 3,000-4,000 subscriptions still, which is wonderful.
Wow.
Yeah. And hanging on, and we're trying to introduce new lines with an OU Shirt of the Month and an OSU Shirt of the Month, and just trying to take advantage of just different niches that might enjoy being a part of a t-shirt subscription.
That's sweet. Any products or equipment that you're thinking about buying this year?
Okay, at the M&R booth, there's this machine that we had, Jaren's our production manager. We were walking in this morning. They have this like squeegee dishwasher looking thing. I took a picture of it, hold on.
Yeah, show that.
This thing. I don't know, like you put your auto squeegees in there, and then the lid closes, and then it Qwik Clean. So we've never seen that before. I don't know. It's probably 40
it's over
grand.
there right here?
Yeah, it's over there.
We'll cut to that, and then.
Yeah, but so that looked kind of just like, I haven't walked the show yet, but I saw that, and that kind of just jumped out at me. So that's pretty cool. We probably got to figure out how to do DTF in-house this year. Right now
You listen to Steven's episode?
Yeah.
Still in, boys.
Still in, boys. We're still here. So we have a rigged we took one of our DTG machines and kind of flipped it into a on-the-spot DTF machine that we're experimenting with. The quality is probably B-. We like the transfers that we get from our other transfer partners that we order from. They're fantastic. Supercolor included. Howard is one that we order from. And then, what's it called? Oh, gosh. Fusion, and they're a little slower, but anyways, we're happy with the DTF. It's obvious that DTF is here to stay, and it has a place. We've essentially eliminated our like vinyl department, you know, so doing names and numbers and jerseys on the back of people. We're not doing DTG anymore. We're cutting very little vinyl unless it's adhesive vinyl for like windows or stickers.
What's your thoughts on bringing it in-house? Is it a cost thing, a turnaround thing?
Technology right now. Everybody that has one tells me they suck. And
So why do you want to bring it in-house, I guess?
Speed.
Okay, so
Speed. Yeah, turnaround time, speed, and ultimately profitability. You know, these businesses are making money selling you a wholesale product, and so if you can get integrated that into your business, then obviously it's a profit center for us. And it's something that we're ordering literally daily. And so it became like not digitizing, it became like embroidery for us. You know, if you start screen printing, you either have a good outsource partner that you can send embroidery work to, and when you can't get that enough, and in our market, Oklahoma City, there wasn't a ton of embroiderers, and so we found that like the turnaround times were getting longer, the customer service, they're doing the best that they could. But when my customer says I got to have this in 2 days, and I'm beholden to another distributor or another manufacturer, I can't do that. And so I think DTF is the similar thing. Like not obviously, for us, DTG is just not in the cards anymore because the DTF technology is so good. It allows us to eliminate the pre-treater, which, by the way, pre-treaters are awesome. If you need 3 of them, we have 3 of them for sale. We'll make you a hell of a deal. Just send us a message. But it's just so much faster, and it's stable, and it's a much more consistent product that our team can, get a film and then put it on a shirt, and then it's done.
Hell yeah. Okay, cool. Love it. Anything else that you're planning or want to change this year? We just started. We're in January. This is the chance. It's mental reset.
Yep.
Anything else?
Yeah, for our team.
All right. Thanks, guys. We appreciate you guys. No kidding.
For our team, we talked about this last week. We have our embroidery, so our screen printing's good. Like, we have our capacity. We're generally booked about 2 weeks out. I don't want to buy more presses. Like, we're doing, if anything, it's a shift, another shift, like a second shift or something. But our screen printing's kind of dialed. Embroidery, I think we have an enormous opportunity for growth. We have the technology and we have the operators. We just need to do better at outside sales and getting that going. Promotional products is going to be a big thing where we're going to grow this year, and DTF. So I was thinking about how can we grow our top line number without putting more on our production department, so things like digital printing, stickers, signs, vinyl banners, promotional products, all those things that basically involve our sales team, customer care team, and our art department, things that can originate and then stay digital, and then we can order it and then it's drop shipped to us or our customer. Man, there's so much room for capacity and growth with just intentionality, and you don't really have to spend a lot of money. We have the team, we have the talent, we have the knowledge. We just have to focus on letting our customers know that these are products that we offer and we can do it for them.
Sweet. All right. I think it's good. It's a wrap. Thanks, Justin.
Thank you, Chris.
Oh, yeah. We got Mr. Kevin Murphy. Okay, so I don't know how this is being edited, but basically, Justin was just talking about how there's a beautiful, shiny machine over here called a Qwik Clean. What exactly? Explain this, because he hadn't seen it before.
Yeah, so basically, it's a squeegee and flood bar washer. It's got a final rinse to it, so it just takes any of the residue off, that's done. It's doing about 72 blades an hour, and the current chemistry that we're using is a Qwik product.
Very cool. Is this the first version that came out?
No, we've got 4 in different sites. One initially didn't have the water rinse to it, so we've added that as an extra. But all of these now will come with, like Umberto said, a foot pedal, to move the carriage around for easy loading, and then maybe a beacon as well, just so you can actually, see it when it's finished, finish the cycle.
Very cool. How long does the process take?
We're estimating between 10 and 15 minutes. So 10 minutes for the cycle and, 2.5 minutes to load and unload. So 15 minutes in total.
Thanks, Kevin.
No problem. Cheers.
We got Mr. CEO, Danny Sweem, M&R Companies.
All right. Hi. Hello, everyone.
Thanks for joining. Okay, real quick. Last year, how did you guys do? What was the biggest win?
Oh, gosh. Numerous big wins. We had a great year, and we're very fortunate. Customers were great to us. Our digital programs have really taken off quite well with the Polaris program. That's something that's been very exciting. But, our core screen print is still very, very critically a part of our business. So, we're happy. Our customers have been very healthy, and it's been a really exciting ride the last 12, 24 months for us.
What do you think, or is there anything you could share for 2023 that's going to come out?
Well, yeah, we've got a technology preview right now of a DFT machine that prints and coats both either dry or wet. It's the first hybrid sort of technology that's been out there, one unit as we understand it. It's probably going to be ready for prime time launch more early summer, late spring, but we are previewing the machine here at the show.
Okay, and then the last one, as CEO, and you got a lot of other business owners here too, what do you think is something that you are working on as a leader as well for this coming year?
Gosh, it's making sure that our communications and training programs are at a higher level than ever before. We've got new programs. We've invested in staff for training projects. We've learned a lot during the COVID era about video and how to teach. You certainly know this better than any of us. How to teach well online. And then we also have a training school within our building in Roselle. So that's going to be a big emphasis as well, as just teaching our customers to how to run their businesses tighter and better. So
cool. Awesome. Anything else you see here at the show that you're like, oh, wow, that's neat?
No, I've been confined in the blue world here the last few hours here, but I hope to get out and walk around a bit. But there's a lot of valid, good, strong companies here and a lot of good competitors of ours, and I'm looking forward to reconnecting with them after not being here for a few years.
Sweet. All right, Danny Swims, you gotta go. Appreciate it. Thank you, Danny.
Take care. Bye.
I was walking by and we just saw PMI Tape's booth and thought this was super unique, just to have a booth. There's not many that unique booths, but check this out. Literally a booth. What's up, Andrew? We were just recording live. We just saw your booth and thought it was awesome.
Thank you. Thanks.
Very creative. Wait, is this? Oh, okay,
It's
cool.
not real tape.
It's just very visually looks really cool.
Thank you.
How's the company been?
Been good. Yeah, we're busy and have the new double-sided palette tape. It's a new product for us, and it's been fun.
Where can people try that out or buy it? Because I know I believe we're handing it out at the Print Hustlers Conf.
Yeah,
but
that's right.
where can they get more?
We sell through most of the major distributors around the world. If you go on our website, there's a tab where to buy, and you can put in your location, and it'll give you your closest dealers that stock our tape. It's PMITape.com.
And you guys manufacture everything in-house, right?
We do, yeah. We compound our own adhesives. We coat the tape 5 feet wide. The finish rolls are 2,000 pounds. And then we convert it all down and have a robotic packaging line to pack it all up.
Where is this?
In Noblesville, Indiana, near Indianapolis, about 20 minutes away.
So if someone's around there, can I get a tour too?
Absolutely, yeah. That'd be fun.
Sweet.
Yeah.
What is the surprising thing maybe people don't know about making tape?
There's a lot more to it than what it sounds like. I think...
It's just tape.
Yeah,
Come on, why is it?
Every time someone comes through and sees our place, they're like, you would never expect all this to just like one roll of tape. There's so much to compounding the adhesive and coating it and a lot of science behind it that you wouldn't expect.
How do you iterate on tape improvements? Like, is that a slow process to say, okay, customers are saying this is feedback, we need to improve it? How long does that take?
It takes a long time. The problem with tape, it's so subjective. You could give one person 2 rolls of the same tape and say, which one do you like better? And they would swear hands down, oh, this one's trash, I love this one, and it's the same thing. It's so subjective, and the hard part is, if we're putting together a new product, some people will love it, other people don't. It's a tough kind of subjective product to put together, but there's still science behind it. We can measure the adhesion and tack and tensile strength, so we can do our own testing, but the proof comes down to what people like. So
there's just a lot, like, you must hire chemists.
We work with a chemist through our adhesive supplier. He's a PhD in polymer science, and we work with him regularly. So he's in all the time working on new blends.
Do you still have any supply chain issues with the whole process of making tape?
Yeah, we did right after COVID run into some supply chain issues, and
what type of issues, or like what was missing or delayed?
Getting the adhesive from Europe was kind of the challenge. We had to air freight in a lot of adhesive just to get it, so we didn't have any delays on our end. So there were like 2 months there where we just had to air freight in full truckloads of 55-gallon drums of adhesive just to cover that gap. And
because the boats were so backed up.
Boats were so backed up. And then there was a shortage of steel drums. There was a fire at the plant in Germany. Shortage of different polymers. So there was just this whole supply chain issue. So since then, to prevent that in the future, we have another warehouse that we just stock, a good safety stock of adhesive and film and other supplies, just to not have any issues like that in the future.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy. Any new products or innovations, things you're working on for 2023?
Right now we're really working on the dual tack palette tape and getting the word out on that product. It's a double-sided palette tape, so instead of applying your own adhesive, it's pre-applied for you. And it's a durable adhesive, so it lasts for several thousand prints before you have to replace it. So we're kind of getting the word out on that throughout 2023, and always happy to give out samples and do anything we can to let people test it.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, Andrew, PMI Tape. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no, thank you, Bruce. Thanks for stopping by.
Jamie, Uptown Battleground, Washington. Thanks for coming. Thanks for jumping on the video real quick, too.
Absolutely.
Okay, so what is this stuff that you were learning? You just said you were going to a class soon.
Yeah, so I'm taking the class, taking your business to the next level. We've been in business 2.5 years. We're about to hit $1 million. And I'm like, you know what? That's not enough. How do we get to 5 million?
Wait. You started 2.5, or did you buy a shop?
I bought a shop and a client list, and the client list was crap, by the way. So we've built from the ground up. We're 2.5 years in. We upgraded to Printavo last March,
Damn.
and we're super close to $1 million, and I want to see how to get to 5.
Congrats on the growth.
Thank you.
That's amazing. Okay, so what do you mean by the client list was crap also too? Like, did any of the client, would you say half of the client list was good or no?
No. I bought a screen print shop 6 months into the pandemic, and you should ask questions when you buy a client list because they were all team sports, and that's what was not happening during the pandemic. There was no team sports. The kids were stuck at home. They couldn't even play baseball or football or anything. So when I started calling on the clients, they're like, cool, we're not in session. And then next year when team sports resumed, they're like, cool, well, we already have our jerseys from the previous year. So I had to go out, I had to hit the ground and pick up new clients. And we found construction loves us. So we have a niche and it's not team sports.
The niche is construction?
Yeah, we're up in North County, so we're north of Portland in Battleground, which is north of Vancouver, which is a very kind of, what would you call that? Like blue collar, right? A lot of construction companies, excavation, plumbers, and guess what they do? They replace their shirts every 3 to 6 months. So it's great for reorder business. We don't have to go replace that client often because it's reorder. Once you land them, you keep them happy, they keep coming back.
Did you just cold email, knock on some doors, ask friends for referrals?
I come from phone sales, so I literally just show up. I say hi. I do drop-by gifts. I call them, like cold call them, like absolutely.
Smart. Send you samples, things like that.
Yeah, drop-bys. I literally show up with like a little gift. Nobody gets mad. Like everybody hates solicitors. But if you bring a gift with you, they're like, what? Cool, what's in here? And they want to know your name, so.
Smart. Okay, that's amazing growth. Getting to 5, what do you think that entails?
I have no idea. I'll be honest, I'm pretty enamored where we're at right now. I can't even fathom getting to 5, but I know it's possible. I want to see the path. I want to know who else has done it, and I want to see how they got there. So I'm honestly, I don't know how to get to 5, but I got to 1 million. Well, I'm not there yet. I have not gotten there, but we're super close. We worked really hard. I'm surprised we're that close.
Okay. There's actually, oddly enough, an article in Screen Printing Mag. I want to say, okay, there you go, 5 million.
5 shops. I can't remember his name, but there was a 23-year-old guy in there. And he started in his parents' basement. And I don't know, I would love to hear like how, was it one big client? Was it, the right place at the right time? I don't know. I would love to like learn more. Like, yeah.
Is this your first show?
Yes. If you can't tell, I'm a little excited.
All right, awesome. Anything you're looking at in particular? Obviously the class, but anything else?
Like we've met a few people in the industry, so I would love to see a few familiar faces. I hope to bump into Matt here today, and just take it in. I want to see what's new, what's trending, where can we take our business next.
Very cool. All right, well, we're happy you're here. I remember my first show, I was like, whoa, this is actually really big.
M&R has look what they're doing.
It's unbelievable. It's huge.
It's awesome. I can only imagine how long it took them to set up.
Okay, your biggest challenge, obviously growth, sales, top line. What do you feel like maybe personally as a business owner that you want to improve this year?
Oh, I've been full speed ahead, which I honestly want to focus on my family a little bit more. So I read the book Clockwork, How to Make Your Business Run Without
Mike
You.
McCallowitz.
Yes, so that's my goal. My team is so rad right now. So I just want to pour into them, keep them happy, empower them. That way I can spend a little more time with my family. Yeah.
That's a hard one.
Yeah.
But that's an awesome goal.
Yeah, but I have a 5-year-old daughter who's extremely inspired. So she comes down and she tells people, all right, we got to make sure it's faster. So she's a little entrepreneur. She's ready to run business someday. So it's great to kind of see the youth get inspired by kind of watching their parents work hard and show up and support the community. The youth is watching. So I think it's cool.
Sweet. All right. Thank you. Appreciate it. We got Canada and Boston all in one.
Close by.
Color Text, what's going on? First you guys.
Hey, we're having fun out here. Just got here about an hour and a half, but it's cool to be back. after 3 years, this friggin' COVID stuff. So yeah, it's nice to be back.
You buying anything?
Oh yes, we are.
Really?
Yeah, we're in a shop.
Like what? You bought checkbooks?
Everything. Everything.
Oh.
Yeah, because we're moving the shop in the same building, but we're moving from one end to the other. And while we're moving, we're buying all new. And then we don't have a screen reclaimer, so we'll get back into the screen reclaiming and everything. Direct to screens, coners, all of it.
You're gonna get sales reps running if you say it a little louder.
That would be like for November, either November or early 2024.
How about you guys?
Shopping. We're shopping. Need a CTS. So.
Is there one that you're eyeing?
Oh yeah, that Exile.
Exile. Okay. Why that one? Not that they're bad or anything. I'm just curious.
Honestly, the guy who's been in touch has been the best sales rep ever.
After Bruce, of course.
Yeah, pretty good. Bruce is pretty good. He's pretty good. He does. He's got a history of emails from me that are like the most annoying emails ever. No, that's not true.
A little bit true.
A little true.
What brands do you guys think you'll buy specifically?
Well, that's more a Nick question.
Rock. Most of my stuff's going to be Rock for sure, and then I'm really looking at the Exile unit as well, and then pardon. You're gonna, and then
the floor model.
Yeah, no, it's still a little early for the floor models, but yeah, definitely Rock equipment, and then the Exile probably for the direct to screen, and then probably Saudi for coders. Yeah.
How did you guys end up last year? Pretty good, okay, better than expectations. What?
It started rough because we're up in Canada. We were still closed at early January, but ended like phenomenal. And then this year it's starting on a decent. We're up from last year, so can't ask more than that.
And you guys, would you say have a niche? Because you do a lot of stuff too at ColorTex.
Yeah, because we sell direct as well, right? So we do all of that promo stuff as well, and a lot of it is done in-house as well. So we're looking at like an ink cup. That's a pretty cool machine that we can do UV printing on cups and stuff like that. That might be another niche of being able to add to what we're doing already.
Way up. This is a good, especially the end of the year. We totally got caught off guard and had a tremendous end of the year. Gonna spend some of that money.
What do you think also this year? We've been talking to a lot of people, just as business owners, it's always like, all right, I could probably do this better, or be better about that, or, what do you think that is for you guys?
I haven't even digested it yet. I'm 2 weeks out from being in Hawaii and just being sunburnt.
What? Dave was in Hawaii how long? Where'd you go?
Oahu. Hung out with the Moxie girl. Yeah, it's the greatest place on earth.
Yeah, Hawaii is beautiful.
Yeah, you love it. You've been there.
You thought about moving the shop out there or what?
I mean, I've thought about visiting a lot more, right? Especially in January. I haven't even really digested. There's a lot to improve on though.
What was your biggest, not to put you on the spot too bad, but what was your guys' biggest goof up last year?
Honestly, firing too slow. But it's true, honestly, at an executive level, right? When culture fits don't work, that's what we've come to realize is like it's so important to make sure that the culture fit is right and you fire fast when it doesn't work. When you realize the partnerships or hiring it doesn't work, break it right away. We've also fired bad clients on that stuff, and as we grow and scale and mature as a business, it's important to get rid of what's not working. And what I want to implement this year is we're probably looking at putting the EOS operating system in place, which is how to operate your business through the EOS systems, and then just like delegating more, honestly, hiring more to delegate more in order to work on the business versus inside of the business, because we're fairly big now, but we've still got our hands in a lot of the day-to-day, which prevents us from growing even faster.
Yeah, no, that's it. Learning to fire either employees or like we just did just before Christmas, like a $350,000 wholesale client that we got rid of.
Why?
Too demanding. We're good at what we do, and they were just demanding, getting more and more demanding, and it was stressful on the whole team, not just on us, but the whole team itself. And we just decided, and then concentrate more on selling direct stuff instead of going through that channel instead.
How'd you fire him? Did you just have a conversation? You raise the prices up?
No, I just got an email I didn't like very much. And the email...
So you got fired up.
But my email back to them was, normally you wait 24 hours before you answer an email. I waited, and then in there I said, I waited 48 hours and still I can't answer this. I'll take till Monday and I'll send you something. So it took us like 5-6 days before we decided, but we just send them an email.
Culture fit, honestly. There's the same applies to clients, right? Not all clients are good clients, and if culturally they don't fit, just like employees, like you're working with these people day in and day out, you want to make sure that you get along with them, just like in your personal life, right? If someone is not positive, get rid of them.
All right. Impressions 2023, don't fire up Luke. He's on edge. No, thank you guys.